Addictions last for basically 3 months. If you really want to break an addiction, like a phone addiction, it can take over 3 months for that trigger in your brain to reset and not crave it anymore. And one of the things that humans naturally crave more than anything, and the most natural form of dopamine, is actually when other humans recognize us for something. So one of the best, or the best ways to break an addiction is actually Alcohol's Anonymous. And the reason because of that is because you're in a peer group and you get there every week, and the thing that creates the dopamine to beat your dopamine addiction is the fact that you haven't had any alcohol in that week, so your peers recognize you for doing that, and that feeling of being, like satisfied about other people's opinions is the thing that breaks your addiction. How crazy is that?
That's so interesting, where it's not even, it's almost like a replacement of a better thing. Like your addiction will never go away. It's an unmet need. You met that need with alcohol or whatever it may be, and now you're meeting it with other people. And this, I had this meme, and it's like, I'll just read it out because it's not a fancy one. My parents are age 22. We should move to a new city and buy a larger home so our 2 children can have space to play and develop. Me at age 22. My meme got 11 likes. And like, this had me in stitches, but like 3 seconds later, I almost fucking cried because Jesus Christ, what the fuck is happening to us?
Yeah.
Like, that is, it's like, holy shit. And can you imagine okay. So I grew up with the internet. My childhood when I was really young, didn't have the internet. Got the internet when I was probably 13. And, it wasn't as hyper as it is now. It wasn't social. I'm not a digital native. You probably are. You might have just escaped it a little bit. But honestly, man, like the people in the world that they're growing up in now, just the attention spans. When I go out to dinner, like people are on dates and they're literally just on their phones. And I just want to slap them and be like, fucking look in each other's eyes and talk to each other and like make a connection. And then you got these shorter and shorter dopamine loops. Like we have people that come into our group and they're like, it's been 3 days. Why am I not rich? Yeah. And it's like, it doesn't work that way. Yeah. Like, and even relationships, like, oh, this one thing happened and it's not perfect. It's not a happy ending. It's been like 1 week. That's it. It's over. And then people aren't connecting. They aren't going to have as much children. They're not going to have long lasting relationships. This is a huge societal problem where it's moved from our biggest diseases were heart attack and stroke, from basically smoking and eating too much and living unhealthy lifestyles, to anxiety and depression. Like how fucked that anxiety and depression are the diseases of my generation and your generation. How fucking depressing, mate.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Well, these apps, they're built to hook you in, right? The reasons why the likes are there and the views are there and the notifications are there is because it's, the more attention you give those apps, the more time you spend there, the more money they make.